Hello everyone. I got some new pens. So excited to try them out. Sorry that first picture was awfully dark. I couldn't figure out how to get a picture taken without the glare of a light, as you can see on the packaging even now. But I got these Micron pens on Amazon. They are the Shuttle Art 18-pack microline pens, 11 waterproof archival ink colors in 0.3 millimeter felt tip, and 7 blacks in 0.5 millimeter for journaling, illustrating, and drawing. So I decided I wanted to try them out, and I saw this idea on Facebook and thought, hey, I've only done one sketchbook idea, so I had 2 ideas. Woo, look at me go, full of ideas for another video on a sketchbook. So this one just drawing irregular shapes, and then you take a ruler, and the cool thing about this is depending on depending on how many lines you draw, it really will change the shape and the style of your picture. And so I wanted to do just 6 lines because I wanted to do a rainbow gradient. Now why I didn't start with red, I don't know, but I started with yellow because it was the brightest. Well, that's okay, I guess that's why it was the brightest. And you just color in every other line, and then when you switch to the next color, you swap those lines so that the next one goes white, and then you color the other one, like you'll see just in a minute when I do my orange. Here we go. See, you swap them out. I was just checking to see if the pens bled to the back, but they didn't. So that was really neat. I do like these pens. They're definitely not made for coloring big things like this, but doing line work, doing journaling, and maybe even just line work in mandalas, I think it would be exceptionally good. The mandalas are Zentangle. And so, as you can tell, I realized about halfway through the second circle that I forgot to finish the first circle. So I go back and do that. What do I think of the pens? The pens are actually really quite good. They didn't bleed, which I was really glad about. And so anything that went outside the lines was just user error. And and they were vibrant colors. You'll see the purple. It was so dark and intense that I almost couldn't tell it was purple when I first started coloring it in. So would I recommend these pens? Sure, I think I really would. So I will put a link to them if you decide you want to get some pretty awesome journaling and archival grade pens for all of your needs, whatever those may be. Now, in the second picture, I went with my new obsession, who is the YouTuber Arts by Henna, and she did a leaf Zentangle pattern, and I thought, hey, I'm pretty simple and I can do that. So it's a little more, it's obviously more intensive than this, but it just requires utilizing some of the Zentangle patterns that I have been learning and that she has been teaching me. So that's what I do in the second round, and I have nothing to really chat about, so I'm going to let you guys either mute it or listen to some music if you like, and just enjoy the rest of the video. Have a great week. Make it a great week. I think we have so much power in what we can and cannot do. Well, okay, that didn't make sense. I think we have, anyways, just make it a great week. And we'll see you next week. Okay, bye.